Welcome, Probus family, to one incredible Probus talk. Today, we have integrative medicine practitioner Monika Greczek. In full disclosure, Monika and I are collaborators in thought leadership, empowering and championing health and good well-being and for the world at large, but especially for our 50 plus young community. So welcome, Monika.
Thank you, Dr. Carolina. Great to be here with you.
I appreciate your time. So, today we're going to speak about a topic that is definitely extremely important to our community, and that is reversing the damage caused by using products that have been harmful to us. Inflammation that is caused by the ingredients in a lot of everyday beauty products. And what can we do about it? So you have your upcoming book, Glow Reclaimed, which we are so excited and looking forward to it. And this is all about reversing and identifying the damage caused by beauty products and the ripple effect of it. So could you begin to guide us on the topic?
Oh, there's so many. This would be like hours and hours of discussion, but to make it simple, there's so many hormone disruptors. There's disruptors in our organs. There's so many different things that obviously we would have to pinpoint it individually and see what the person is going through to show and see that how we could change that and how we could better ourselves. So it all affects depending on what it is. It affects us differently. It could affect us in our brain health, our skin health, our gut health, our emotions. There's so many different things, and when we look out on the outside, we could see like sometimes the patches on the skin when we start getting older, we bruise faster, or we start getting these like discolored patches. So then we have to sit there and see, is our liver being affected? Are we, digesting our food properly? Our skin is our largest organ, so everything's going to show up in that skin. So if our skin is dull, and our hair
or our nails.
our nails are brittle, it literally will show up everywhere. So it is nice to be able to work with products and frequencies to see where their frequency is off in the body and being able to raise those frequencies. Does it take time? Absolutely. Nothing is a quick fix. When we have a quick fix, it's just putting a Band-Aid on it to make it look better for that time period. But what is the long term? We always want to see what the long term is. And then now seeing that long term, people are feeling better, doing better. We can't say that there's not a fix. There is a fix. It's just up to us if we're going to take those negative habits and turn them into healthy, positive habits.
Yes, definitely.
And being consistent with it. When we are consistent with it, we see the changes. So I just had a client call me right before this call and share with me that the products that she doesn't even live here in the state. We did a Zoom so I could identify what was going on, but mentally she wasn't feeling well. She wasn't processing things. Her hair was breaking. She said the amount of hair she was losing. So I did a protocol for her, and we're 30 days in, and she cannot believe how much better she feels all around.
We're children of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And, before we even thought or gave consideration to ingredients that at the time we thought were safe and they've proven to not be. And a lot of times, we're very loyal to brands and, we keep using things that are not good for you. So my question to you is, as our bodies change, and sometimes it's not even the product, is that something that you were not having a reaction to when you were younger, you may find yourself having a reaction to now. And, I love that you mentioned, the skin and the hair and the nails, but there's something you just touched on, which is cognitive function. We may be feeling like that brain fog, that forgetfulness, and not realize that a lot of all of those, things that we normalize are really the result of inflammation. And it can be inflammation based on the product and the things that we use and ingest. My question to you is,
Mhm.
can we reverse any damage or condition that has been caused by either products or things we ingest, or or new things that are giving us reactions?
From everything that I've seen and becoming an integrative medical practitioner and seeing research that has been done, I wholeheartedly think it could be reversed. Um, it's just putting in the work. I mean, we go to work every single day, we put the work there. Why do we not put the work in for our own health, our body, mind, and soul? And so all it is finding what really truly works for us.
And it's a custom solution. That's the thing that, one of the beautiful thing of our times is that we realize that, things that work for your friends or your family or your daughter or your mom may not work for you, right? It's not a one solution for all. And so in being an integrative medical practitioner, I know that you use technology, and it can be done remotely. You don't have to be in the same location, which is great for mobility, right? To be able to scan
Mhm.
and find areas of inflammation pre-diagnosis. This is before you even know. Like, usually we wait until we go to the doctors to find out, but we could be seeing and feeling the symptoms long before a diagnosis. And I want to bring up your book. So it's actually it's called Glow Reclaimed, and right now it is on pre-order, and we'll put all the links below. It's a small investment to really begin your journey of enlightenment, begin your journey of educating yourself into things that we now know better, right? And
Absolutely.
especially hair, like women, see, I just touched it. Women and hair, right? And men and hair. We begin to see a fallout, begin to see a break. And also we begin to see, a little bit of pride, symbols of pride, like gray hair and experience. So we tend to use a lot of coloring and a lot more that is needed, that becomes part of our maintenance, right? What are some of the signs that we've grown to normalize, that are clear indications that this could be inflammation or a precursor to something that could grow into a problem?
Well, that is it. So for when my examples of doing hair, when I was using products that were not sustainable for our scalp or for our hair, you actually started seeing the inflammation. And then when you stopped looking at the inflammation, that's when it started causing different things: dry scalp, irritation. So then you would start itching the scalp. And when you itch the scalp, you would sit there and, obviously have little cuts. And then you'd have the little scrapes and all these other things. Or the same thing, you're in a shower, you're using toxic products, and you're like, oh my gosh, my skin is constantly breaking out. Well, where is all that stuff running? It's running down your face. Our face is like a map. There's definitely ways to Google it and see, where the breakouts are coming from, what they're stemming from, because it actually will point to different organs of the body.
Yeah.
Um,
Googling, there's a danger with Googling because you don't know what's information or what is misinformation. This is
right.
why working or following
Correct.
a practitioner like yourself, a trusted.
Mhm.
This is why, I am so I thank you so much for, I'm leveraging my friendship with you to bring your powerful message to our community, because in addition to everything that is toxic, we also deal with very harsh weather. You're in Chicago, and your weather is very similar to Toronto. But you put in all mixed together, and really there are things we can do every day to begin to reverse the damage and to begin to extend, the life of our hair, the life of our skin, better. Both Monica and I are in our 50s, and I have to tell you, because of the products that we use, because of the protocols that we follow, I know that we look, our best, without any medical procedures, without, any of these extreme, I don't know, fake solutions, really, that you now see all kinds of people removing Botox, removing implants, removing, things that they did to themselves. And it's never too late. I think that's the important message, Monica. And for them to know that listening to trusted advisors is number one.
Right. And when we Google stuff, it's also, we have to sit there and know what keywords to use,
That's
so we could actually see what is real and what is not real. And another thing is going back and, hey, does this feel right for me? If it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. You can't force it to. And so it's like, does this work for me? Does this feel right for me? And yes, it's like, we protect our homes by putting the proper structure on our home, by putting the proper roof on, by having all these things in place for us to keep us protected. So how do we sit there and do that for our own bodies, for our mind, for our body, for our hair, our skin, our nails? All of that is from the internal. If we could start rejuvenating that internal part of us, it's like that battery, waking up that battery, making that battery last us longer and be more fulfilling. We then outside are more fulfilled and look more fulfilled because we have that energy. We don't feel drained. We don't look sluggish. And so there are things, and yes, it's not a one size fits all, because every person is different. So it is nice to have something that we could sit there and personalize for each and every one. And you are not compared to somebody else.
I love it, because you know what is exactly that, right? We're all individuals, and we really need to take care of it, because our body is our home. That is our home. This is the only home we're ever going to have that stays with us for, for our story here on earth. So I thank you, Monica. I'm going to put all your contact information for our community to choose to follow you, to choose to, engage with you, and to learn more, right? All these conversations are really an introduction into a broader perspective into
Correct.
what is going on in the world in a safe way, with safe practitioners, with safe experts. And if you know someone that could have a brilliant conversation with myself as co-president of Markham Probus, um, by all means, refer them to us, because we need people we can trust, especially, nowadays, who knows what's out there. So I thank you, Monica. I know your time is extremely valuable. Please be on the lookout for Monica's Glory Reclaimed. It's a fabulous, fabulous book. I am very, very proud to be a partner in Monica's success, in her being an international bestseller on several books, and a very sought after speaker. So thank you so much, Monica, and thank you, everyone, and have an absolutely lovely day.
Thank
Until next time.
Wonderful. Enjoy.